everybody, welcome back for another video. Today I am going to do a request by one of my subscribers. This one is actually a great song, and I'm really glad he requested it. It's called Operator Operator by Eddy Raven, and this is going to be in the key of A, and I thought this would be an extra good video to make just because there's a lot of little cool tricks that you can use. You know, if you've been following my lessons, you can use like a lot of these little things, you know, in your guitar playing to help it just to maybe just kind of bring all this into your own style of playing. And it's a fun little song. So I'm going to kind of break it down and show you, you know, the easy way to, a few easy versions of this, or maybe just an easy way to play it in general, and then I'll kind of show you the beat. The beat's kind of funky. If you're a beginner, the beat might be kind of difficult for you, but I'm going to show you an easy way to do that. And then I'm also going to include the lead part and some of the lead licks, which are really cool. So if you're, as I said, if you've been following my lessons, then you know you've been learning the pentatonic scales. There's a lot of cool little real nice little licks in this song here, okay, and a lot of good solid theory in here too. So let's get started. So it's in the key of A. So first I'm just going to kind of take it through and just play the basic chords. So if you're just wanting to learn how to sing it, you know, you can do that. So it's in the key of A. So remember, in the key of A you have your A, your D, and your E, okay, your 1, 4, and your 5, and you can go like this: A, B, C, D, and E. That's your 1, your 4, and your 5, okay? So you always want to get that down. If you know your bar chords, a good way to do it is go like this. Okay, that's your 1, 4, and your 5, okay? And if you do it this way, this is really good because, see, now you can go, this is A, that's A's relative minor, this is D, this is B minor, which is D's relative minor. Here's E, and here's C sharp minor, okay? So now you have 6 chords, you know, in your key. And then normally, if you know, if you're playing with fellow musicians that are that are nice, they'll say, okay, you're in the key of A, and your off chord's going to be, you know, a G sharp diminished flat 9 with a dipsy doodle on top or something. Okay, so, anyways, always try to get that big picture. Okay, and so let me just kind of go through the chords here. So it's going to be A. So if you're just strumming, okay. Now this isn't the exact beat, you know, that the record that the song has, okay, but I'm just going to show you the easy version for now. Now I thought it over, how it's come to this. I must have lost all my common sense. I've been chasing a dream, running through my mind. So I called her up to say how I felt. Just before I could get it out, she was gone. The silence was on. She didn't hear a word, she just hung up the phone. Operator, well, that should be Operator, Operator, could you be so kind as you reconnect this number? I just spent my last dime. She got my love on hold and my heart is on the line. Okay, so that's the easy version right there. Okay, so now we're going to back up now, and I'm going to show you the actual beat is kind of like a 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so that's a little bit more difficult to play it that way. And it might sound kind of funny if you're just playing it by yourself. I guess you kind of get away with that, but it'd be nice if you had a rhythm guitar player or another guitar player, and you know, one guy's doing the strumming. You know, even if so this would be a nice way to strum it too, even if you're a beginner. But you know, if you want to play it more closely to the recording. Now I thought it over, how it's come to this. I must have lost all my common sense, and I've been chasing a dream through my mind. Okay, so that would be the rhythm, and then I'm not going to play too much of that. You kind of get the idea. There is a little bit of a change when it comes to the chorus. It's going to do this. Actually, let me go through that. Let me do that. I'll play the more complex rhythm. Okay, 1. Now I thought it over, how it's come to this. I must have lost all my common sense. I've been chasing a dream running through my mind. Called her up just to say how I felt. Just before I can get it out, she was gone. The silence was on. She didn't hear a word, she just hung up the phone. Operator, operator, could you be so kind as to reconnect this number? Said my last time. She's got my love on hold and my heart is on the line. So that's just kind of what, when they get to the chorus, it's just. Okay, so. Now I don't know if that's exactly, I mean that's kind of what the bass guitar is doing that. But you know, if it were me, if I was, I kind of hear that in there, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, if you're playing this acoustically, this would sound great. Or it could be. Goes to the E, or okay, so the verse is going to be this kind of thing here. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I never have this camera down low enough. Let me see if I can get this down lower. Now I like to do the D like this instead of this. I mean, if you're doing the easy version, you can play the D here, but I like to do it like this because then you get your pinky in there and get that little sixth thing in there. Okay, then A. I'm doing my A with my first finger instead of the easier version that I showed you, okay? So. See, so you can throw all those little, little parts in if you want to. So that kind of follows what the bass player is doing, because the bass player is on the first verse, the bass is going. But then when it goes to the chorus, it's. See, so it changes on the chorus. Little variation, but you have to kind of vary your rhythm to follow that. This is the chorus. thing with this is you don't have to throw all that stuff in there. I mean, you can do just just the very easy version of it, and just kind of do your own thing, as I'm always saying. The one other thing that I did on that first verse, you can hear when they go to the D, when they're doing this, they go to D, then you can hear this. So I'm just kind of palm muting. Okay, so you can kind of do that. Kind of like Neon Moon. Okay, maybe I should do a lesson on that. Kind of takes me back. Okay, so, again, don't overthink it. That's all that's going on there. But so now I'm going to kind of show you, well, hopefully not kind of. I'm going to show you the lead parts on this, okay, and the cool little things you can do on this. So first, let's start with again, the basics. So you're in the key of A. So if you've been following my lessons, I'm going to stop here and have you pause the video after I ask you this question. But what scale are you going to play, and where are you going to play it? Okay. So hurry up, think really fast. Well, you can take your time, but stop the video, see if you can figure this out. We're in the key of A. What pentatonic scale are you going to play? If we were jamming together and I looked at you and said, "Hey, take a ride, play a lead." Okay, welcome back. I like to ask that question because this confuses a lot of people because it's almost too easy. The cool thing about A, and again, when you're playing in the key of A, you're thinking. Remember, if it sounds like a country song, or if it's more major sounding, that's going to be the major pentatonic. If it was more of a bluesy kind of thing, that's your minor pentatonic. Okay, so again, if you're I think I'm putting this video pretty far back in the sequence, maybe at the end of the beginner's lessons, maybe at the first of the intermediate. But, so you should know your major, minor pentatonic scales, okay? So this always confuses people because you're in A right here, and here's your A pentatonic right here. Okay, this would be A minor. Okay, so that's when you're doing these notes. See, they're all like right underneath your fingers. All I'm doing on that E, I'm just taking like these two notes of your E chord, just putting them up here. And you got your low E string here. See, this is kind of a cool rock thing too. There's A, E. So that's why it's nice to do that A with your first finger, okay? So again, you want to know that you're thinking A major pentatonic, because now when we're going to do the intro, I'm going to show you how to play that. So the intro is and then the little there's like a electric piano in the background that does this, and I kind of put that in there because it's easy for me to play the lead that way because it kind of keeps me connected. So the intro would be. Let me do that slow for you. So it's and I'm kind of doing double stops. I'm pulling on the B and the G string. I'm holding down this A, and then okay. So again, I want to kind of make this more of a lesson too, and not so much just about the song. So if you're watching this just for the song, that's pretty much most of it, but hang in there if you want to see the lead part, okay? But for my students, You know, I really want you to get used to this right here. This is really important. Here's your major pentatonic, okay? So you really want to, you know, this is right out of the, you know, right out of the playbook, so to speak, okay? It's just going to get more basic. I use that all the time, okay? And also, like if you've played, let's see, let me kind of go off track just a little bit just to show you something, okay? Like you've heard Brown Eyed Girl. It's actually played up here. Okay, those are like the little sixth shapes. You need to know those, and they run up and down the neck, and you can see them in all different keys. But on that intro, think again, we're in the key of A. Okay, so you want to get that in the key of G. Okay, so you really want to get that. And if I'm doing a D, okay, so what's going on with this little intro? Then they're doing this pinky up here. Okay, again, right out of the playbooks, you've got these little these double stops. Now, if you've done this, you know, if you've done these before, you're gonna go, all right, piece of cake, because that's what I did. I'm like, okay, this is like, you know, easy, okay. And you're into the song, okay, so. I'm hybrid picking. Okay. So definitely learn those. Like anytime you're playing, you know, if you're doing like a lot of country, you know, you can run this all the way up the neck too, you know. Okay, all the way up to the G. And you can run them backwards like that too. In A, you know, you'd have this. The shape changes a little bit going backwards because you get that kind of a 7 sound. Okay, so okay, so then backwards. Okay, so you kind of do that. So try to remember that. I was taught that by one of my guitar teachers a long time ago, and I never forgot it. And you know, you should do the same thing. Just, you know, if you get anything out of this lesson, you know, this would be a good thing to get out of it. So if you have, step that down too. Okay. So anyways, just kind of think that along with this song. Okay, so that's the intro. So now let's do the lead. So the lead is. Okay, so you're going to see why I was showing you that stuff earlier. Okay, so. So again, the big picture, we talked about the A major pentatonic. Okay, so this is A major pentatonic up here, just starting off the E string, okay? So that's where he's playing, where this lead is coming from. So you're visualizing that scale, okay? Now the thing that you want to keep in mind if you're learning your pentatonic scales, it's not all about the pentatonic scales. Like a lot of the, as you get more advanced, you might be seeing the pentatonic scale, but you're also seeing chord shapes, okay? So remember, here's an A chord right here, okay? You've got an equal claw A right there. So you can kind of think of the chord shape there too if you want. But you want to get used to visualizing where these patterns fit around the chords. So let me do this really slow for you on this lead, and we'll kind of look at the shape and the chords, okay? So. See, now remember when we were doing that earlier, when we were doing these things here, that's why I showed you that. This is going to the D, so you're thinking of a D here. So then what happens, let me do that, just that much of it so you can kind of get this in context. Okay, so it just went backwards down doing those 6, but now watch this. Instead of going like this, there's, they just skip the middle one. It's this. Okay, now here's D up here. We're going to skip the middle one and go to this one. As an exercise, you can just do this. Okay, then here's your D. Remember, we did this on the A. Okay, so now on that part of the lead, we're skipping the middle one. And up to here. Then back to our scale. Okay, so it's just a. So we're bending up to this note. Here's the scale. So we're bending up to this note that's in the scale. Okay, now the song goes to the E. You could think of E major. Here's E major pentatonic right here. So you can kind of see how you can even hear how it changed. So, when the guy was doing this lead, he was definitely thinking not only pentatonic, but he was also thinking chord shapes too. So when it goes to that E, it's going to kind of an E7 sound. See, here's E, and here's an E7th. So he's thinking. See that? Then back to that A, then all the way to the octave, okay? So this is a really cool lead for you to learn. You can use all these parts in like other songs, and again, you got a lot to think about, so if you're kind of following this, but it makes it like a lot of fun too. Let me play that for you one more time so you kind of get the hang of it, or so you can kind of see how the whole thing fits together, I should say. Okay, so then that's the whole lead. You can kind of slow that down if you want to. Okay, and then on the very last verse, there's a couple cool things that I wanted to show you. Okay, so when it goes to the E, Okay, so and then the bass does a really cool run on the end as well. So let me do that for you one more time. So it's going to be, so the first part you want to get is this on the E, onto the A. Sorry, my guitar's a little bit out of tune. But that goes on throughout the song, and that's kind of an optional thing you can put in there. You got my love on hold, and my heart is on the line. Love on hold. Operator, operator. Okay, I'll do that slow for you. That just about does it on that song. So this would be a good one to learn. You know, there's like some cool little rhythm parts in there, a lot of little lead tidbits, you know, and just try to take those and use those in other songs if you can, and other, you know, all this stuff applies to like a lot of different songs. Okay, so again, always ask yourself what key you're in, you know, which pentatonic scale you're going to use, and you know, now if you're getting more advanced on your pentatonic scale, you know, be thinking, you know, where those chords are as you're playing. Okay, that always comes in really handy. Okay, well, we will wrap it up there. This ended up being way longer than I thought it would be. Sorry about that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and feel free to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you did. I'm trying to build this channel here, and hopefully it will grow, and I will be able to help more people out and make this an enjoyable experience for you. Okay, folks. Again, thank you so much, and we will catch you next time around. Bye-bye.